Okay, this is, I believe, our week 13, maybe even week 14 hive check. Top hive body. I numbered the frames in this one because I learned my lesson from not numbering the frames in the bottom one, and I'm sure I got things mixed up when I was beginning. And as you can see, the center frames are just packed with bees. We've seen a lot of new babies lately. These outer frames, once again, untouched. So I'm going to go ahead and give the bees a little smoke using my smoker. This just calms them down and sort of derails their ability to find their way around, which is what we kind of want. So I'm going to pause here and get into the hive. So this is just beautiful, just fresh pulled comb. They haven't really put much in here yet. I see a little bit of pollen. See that orange spot there? But they're working hard and they're trying to fill this hive up, which is good news. And the bottom frame, we have 3 full frames on each side that are empty. This one, only 2.5. So that's actually a really good sign, and they are cranking away. So I'm going to move into the hive and see if we can find some babies. This frame is filled with eggs, again against the black background. Those tiny little white spots in there are eggs, and the laying pattern here is amazing. She's filled every cell in the center with eggs, which is what she's supposed to be doing. And over here is a big cluster of bees, which might mean Sophia's in here, and I need to be very careful in this condensed, or in this densely populated area, because the last thing I want to do is squish my queen. So this is great news. We're going to have more babies on the way. No larvae in here, so this is a newly created frame, and you can tell nothing's hatched out of here because the wax is so white. After a hatching or two, it starts to turn kind of yellowish brown. So this is pristine. So this is where all the pollen's been going. See that big orange stripe along the bottom? That's just packed with pollen. And then in the center we have more eggs. I was hoping to find some frames in here that are nothing but honey so that I could move them down to the bottom, but it looks like they're all brood frames. So my girls need to make some honey, just honey. They're making too many babies and not enough honey. Who's gonna have anything to eat if there are too many babies and not enough food? A little bit concerned, but again, the man at To Be or Not To Be told me to stop stressing out and let my bees just be. Hallelujah! This entire frame, front and back, is pollen and honey. I don't see any signs of eggs or larvae, which means I can move this one down to the bottom. Now there's also some burr comb here at the bottom here, and I'm going to have to scrape that off with the hive tool, and I'm going to try to be a little faster at this so I don't disrupt the girls too much. But finally, some food. Okay, so what I've done here, I've got the whole hive pulled apart in the top body, and we only have, well, these 2 frames in here have nothing on them, so I've just sprayed them with a scented herbal sugar water, which will make them interested. And the way we know that will make them interested is that I sprayed it on this frame a little while ago, and it's covered in bees now. So that will hopefully compel them to pull out some wax on here. And these 2 I'm able to move down to the bottom box because they are either all empty wax or all honey and pollen. So we're going to be able to shift things around and hopefully get this hive hopping. And then these are 2 more completely empty. So total of 4 completely empties, and then some that are going to be rearranged and moved around. All right, I have established I am not a wimp because that thing is flipping heavy, and I just lifted the whole thing off. Hopefully didn't squash any bees, setting a catty corner on the empty boxes beneath. These are the 2 frames we'll be relocating, and taking a look in our original box now to see if they've done any further development. I do see some burr comb right on top that I'm going to have to deal with. Right there. Okay, this is depressing. Look inside here. This is all honey comb that I've had to tear